Hello there, and welcome to ETV, Entertainment Television Everywhere in the Treasure Valley. I'm your host, Brad Rowan. This week, it seems that Hollywood's in a giving mood as we've got 6 blockbusters heading to theaters this weekend. Here's Sean McBride, the movie guy, to show you more.
Snowy, look at this. It was long claimed the ship was carrying a secret cargo.
The model ship conceals a clue.
So many good movies hitting theaters this week. Let's begin with The Adventures of Tintin, Steven Spielberg's tale of a young reporter searching for lost pirate treasure. It plays like an Indiana Jones movie, and for my money, Tintin is the best animated film of the year.
It's Mikhail Blomqvist. May I come in? I want you to help me catch a killer of women.
At the other end of the spectrum is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, a stylish and sexual mystery thriller based on the popular novels by Stieg Larsson. With director David Fincher at the helm, this is a great but very adult holiday treat.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Another grown-up action movie, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, finds Tom Cruise trying to relaunch his career as a movie star in this better-than-expected action blockbuster.
This is exactly what we've been looking for. What's so complicated about this place?
It's a zoo. Back to family films with the delightful drama We Bought a Zoo. Matt Damon stars as a man trying to reconnect with his family after the death of his wife. The challenges of running a small zoo prove to be just the thing to warm your family's heart.
What is it?
It's a horse they found wandering about in no man's land.
What kind of an horse?
A miraculous kind of an horse, be my guess.
And finally, perhaps the best of the bunch, Steven Spielberg's back with a live-action War Horse, the story of a young boy, his prized horse, and their struggles as they are both sent off to fight in World War I. This is probably going to get an Oscar nomination for Best Picture.
It is an honor to ride beside you!
And that's what's new at the movies this week. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy, for ETV.
Joining us now, Sean McBride, the movie guy. Wow, a lot of big movies.
A lot of them. 6 blockbusters, and we didn't even talk about The Darkest Hour, which is also opening this week. A science fiction film about some kids out in Russia and the aliens invade. So just in case you need something other than something saccharine and feel good for the holidays, here's your chance if you want to see something science fiction. But you're right, really big movies this weekend. Let's begin with The Adventures of Tintin, which I think is the best animated film of the year, and easily one of the best films of the year as well.
Wow.
Steven Spielberg. If you like Indiana Jones,
love it.
Who doesn't like Indiana Jones? I mean, come on. It's like an animated version of Indiana Jones. A lot of people said that when he did Indiana Jones, they said, oh, that reminds me of the comic strip Tintin from Europe. And so finally he's getting around to making it. Just great action, great animation, just a superb, really good use of 3D as well. So a really good family film. A little darker. A guy does get mowed down with a machine gun in the show. So don't think it's just for the young kids.
Right.
But it's a good film. So.
Very good.
On the other end of the spectrum, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, David Fincher. He's the director who did The Social Network last year.
Really like that.
Just a really good director, and taking a very popular novel series from Stieg Larsson and turning it into a good mystery thriller. Be aware, this is a very sexual story. So once again, don't take the kiddies to this one thinking that you're going to go see Tintin or something. This is a dark and twisted sexual story, but I think it's done very well, and certainly I think fans of Stieg Larsson's novels will be pleased with it.
And then what about Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible, another one. I'll be honest with you, I thought this was not going to be a great film. I thought it was sort of Tom Cruise just trying to relaunch his career that's sort of been in the doldrums lately. I think it's much better than expected. And it's nice. It's Brad Bird who's the director of this. He's the director of The Incredibles, the animation.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see him moving into live action. Certainly he knows how to do the action, so a good one there. Hey, let's get to a good family film, We Bought a Zoo. Matt Damon plays a guy, his wife has died, and his family is sort of falling apart, and so he's trying to pull them back together. And in order to do so, he goes out and he purchases a rundown, dilapidated zoo, and by putting the zoo back together, he ends up putting his family back together. I just thought it was a really sweet, a charming little film, as notable for the story, and it's Cameron Crowe, a good director as well. But the little girl playing his daughter is just so adorable. I think she's worth seeing the film just all for herself.
And I heard possible Oscar nod for Matt Damon on this one?
Yeah, I don't think so. But I don't know who you heard that from. But a very good film, a good family film. And saving the best for the last, this is War Horse, which I think is going to get an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture. It's Steven Spielberg once again. This is based on that children's story that honestly I'd never read, but really a good story about a young boy in the early part of the the 20th century. He is raising a horse and he's bonding with his horse. And then World War I happens, and they take the horse for the cavalry. And a few years later, the boy enlists, and he goes up to Europe to fight. And through the fueled by the war and all the stuff that goes on there, they end up reconnecting on the battlefield. It's just a magnificent film, great visual stuff, and also solid story about a boy and his love for his animals, and just really good film. Steven Spielberg, once again, I think it's one of the Academy Award nominees for Best Picture.
Sounds great. And then stocking stuff for DVDs?
Last second for this, I would say that the one to check out is Midnight in Paris, Woody Allen's film. Great film. It's going to be on my top 10 list, which we'll reveal next week.
Sounds great. Sean, thank you so much for a great week of movies ahead.
There you go.
Stick around. More ETV coming up right after this.